what is going on, guys? Welcome back to a video, not a live stream. As you can see by the title, the right age to get married according to AI. Now, all of this, I'm asking ChatGPT, and when I ask ChatGPT, I'm going to give my personal preference on it from a guy that's been in a previous relationship that had all these future plans that never went according to plan. So now I'm going to stick on my kind of a couple of sentences, and we'll see what happens, and we'll see what the outcome is, and we'll see if any of you guys agree, or see when any of you guys actually got engaged. And also, this is not just purely based on um, this is not purely based on just engagement. This is also based on marriage. So I guess we'll see what happens. And yeah, let's just jump straight into the video. And if you do enjoy this, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe and turn on notifications so you know whenever I post. But now, let's get into this. So I'm gonna ask, what would what would you say is the best age to get married or engage? What would you say is the best right age? Right age to get. I think that we can leave it at that. And then we'll chuck that into ChatGPT. We'll see what it runs, we'll see what it does, short answers, we'll run through it quickly, and then we'll run through what I like to say is my kind of experience of long-term plans with the person that was to get engaged so that she could have citizenship. But that didn't happen, so I don't care about any of that anymore. So here, common age ranges. This is not rules. This is just common age ranges that people commonly get married, which is early 20s. So that could range from 20 to 24. Now, 20 to 24 is, for me, is quite the right arrangement. Then you can plan for kids. Something like that, something in the 20s, then you have time to actually explore and actually plan for children if you do plan on having any. Works for some, but not a lot of people. But a lot of people are still figuring out who they are, what they want, careers, money, etc. Engagement can be great if both people are usually self-aware and stable. Now again, this is if you're already, as you can see, it says if you're financially stable. What are some others here? If you're financially stable, if both people know where they are, where they want to be, what their goals are throughout the time, but it doesn't work for both people unless both people know what they want. Now, mid-20s, mid-late 20s, so this is 25 to 29, people prefer to get engaged. This is where many people hit the sweet spot. You've had time to grow, date, make mistakes, and you usually have a clearer sense of values and deal breakers. Now, from whatever the ages were first, 20 to 24, you've knocked out all the deal breakers, you've knocked out all the red flags, you've done all of that. Now, this is your chance from 25 to 29 to be like, okay, this is the right spot. We've been through deal breakers, we've been through all of this, we've been through deep discussions, we've been through all of that. Now it is time to jump at it, or not jump at it, but this is the time to actually go for it and be the one. Early 30s plus. Also, very solid people tend to be more emotionally grounded, financially independent, and intentional about commitment. Now, this is where your brain is in a place where you're like, okay, I've got the foundation done, I just need to build the rest of the building. Now, since this foundation is done, the bottom, so I can build the structure is done, it's perfectly fine. Now, once we finally dealt with all the deal breakers and stuff, right? And this is where you're financially independent, financially stable. You know where you are, you know where you're at, you know where that real good sweet spot is. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to be committed on purpose. This is the one. This goes for both parties, not just males, because I'm not speaking on behalf of males. I'm speaking on behalf of all genders, male, female, people in between. Ladies and gentlemen, people in between. I do support the people in between as well. So this is from all of you guys that find that little sweet spot. What matters more than age is what matters way more than age. You're probably ready to get engaged. Now, this is where you're definitely hit the sweet spot. You're ready to go. You're just ready to put a ring on it and go along with your life. Sweet as. You can communicate during conflict without blowing up or shutting down. Now, this is a big one for people, is where they have a little bit of an argument or have conflict, and one ends up blowing up, the other one ends up shutting down. And shutting down means emotionally, mentally, physically, stuff like that. It's where they get put in a spot where they just don't want to talk, they just completely shut down, and the other one is blowing up, yelling, screaming, cursing, things like that. That's not what you want to be, because you should be past that, because you're in the engagement stage. You should be past that already, and you should be ready to go. You should be past that. You should be way up here. That stuff should be down here, because you've already dealt with that. Now you're actually ready to put it on. You know each other's flaws and still choose each other. Now, this is where you know each other, have insecurities, and you're like, well, stuff it. I still want you. Put a ring on it. Let's go. You're aligned on big stuff: values, kids, no kids, money, lifestyle. Now, this is where you want your lifestyle to be. Um, Males could be, they want a luxurious house with a luxurious pool, with a luxurious patio, and they want all this luxurious stuff. As if with the female, they just want a nice, simple 3-bedroom house that is decent, that is nice, that doesn't need to do up or anything like that. And this is where values, what values you? Do you have any value items? What values you? Um, and kids, no kids. You have to plan all of this before engagement if you want kids or not. Preferably, you get married, then have kids, but people have kids, then get married. So it doesn't matter on that part. You're not doing it out of pressure, fear of being alone at the time. Now, this is a big thing. People do it because they are pressured to do it. Now, you don't have to do it because you're pressured to do it per se, but or fear of being alone, because a lot of people do that. They fear to be alone, so they're like, you know what, I'm just going to grow up and engage you as soon as I can. No, you don't want to be that person. You take it out of pressure, like, oh, I feel pressure to do this, I'm going to do it. No, don't do that. When you're ready, don't feel pressured into doing it because friends and family are pressuring you to do it. Don't listen to them. It's you. It's you and your partner's plan. No one else's plan. Um, you can imagine growing with this person, not being completed by them. So not being completed by them, but you can imagine growing old with this person. You can spend a lifetime with this person, so on, so on, so on. But this is where ChatGPT has his say when I already had my say. So if I had to put a general number on it purely as a guideline, not a rule, mid to late 20s or early 30s tends to be when most people are truly ready. That's when you hit this bullseye. But I've seen 22-year-olds who were more prepared than 35-year-olds. Each doesn't equal maturity. Experience and self-awareness does. If you want, no. So I'm not doing any of this for me. I'm just doing it based on content. This is for content. Now, these websites here intend to take things from different, like Gemini. For ChatGPT, it's taken out of Gemini, whatever AI there is. Meta AI, Gemini, stuff like that. It grabs sources from that, which is a large media model, large language model. It's where it grabs everything from. Anyway, now the marriage. It's going to say it's the same thing as the engagement, but a little bit similar. What would you recommend? Now, I know a lot of people can sit behind your screens and be like, "Oh, you could have did this a much better way." Yes, I could have. I could have asked it. Um, what is the suitable age? What is the most appropriate age? But I say the right age just to see what it comes up with, just for something different. Now, this gave me two responses. The first video I did, which wasn't connected to the microphone, it didn't give me two. That's too much to read. Actually, we can read this. I'm on a time limit right now. I don't want to take up too much because I'm almost at time. Late 20s to early 30s, around 28 to 32, that's when most people are emotionally mature, stable, and clear on what they want. And now it's not that age, it's not the maturity, it's when the person feels confident, ready, and choosing marriage for the right reasons and the wrong reasons. Now, this is where you are fully committed after the engagement. This is where you're fully committed to getting married. This is where you're financially stable, you know your terms, you know your values, you know all of that stuff. So this is the right things to be doing, and this is where you're stable and clear-minded of what you actually truly want, and not just doing it for the wrong reasons because you want it just for the romanticity or date or money or stuff like that. That's not why you want it. You want it because it means something to you. It values you, kind of thing. So I hope that this may have helped some people, but I also just want to ask truly for your guys' not opinions, but when did you guys get engaged? When did you guys get married? And we'll see if it compares to this, because if it is right and you've been married since you were 25 and it's been 40 years already, congratulations. That is very wonderful. You got married at a young age and it's lasted 25 years. That's a long time from getting married or engaged young. Now, this is what actually truly matters, is everything, and you know your values, you know each other's insecurities, but you still choose each other for the right reasons and not for the wrong reasons. And that's what you want to get married for. Just like engaged, you're not doing it for the wrong reasons, you're actually doing it for the right reasons. If you're not doing it for the right, and you've got to be there for each other, you've got to communicate clearly. If there is conflict, speak it out so one's not shutting down and the other one's not blowing up. This is what truly needs to happen, and this is what you guys need to work through. As a couple, you are not against each other. It's you and the problem. Don't challenge that. Don't challenge the person. Challenge the argument, which is actually very good because if you challenge the argument, you get further and you don't actually blame each other. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure that you let me know when you guys would perhaps married, getting married, engaged, stuff like that. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Every Friday, I'll try and make a video based on what AI preferences have. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next one for the goals in your dreams. And don't forget, do not back out on that. Pound it. See you.